All right, man. The Green Bay Packers get steamrolled. You can get stumped in the club. Roll around, get bucked in the club. We went in Green Bay. Um, Play Detroit brand of football, which isn't a dome brand of football. It's wherever you want to take it brand of football. You want to go in the alley. You want to go outside. You're trying to pull up out back. You're trying to get it popping, and out on the front line. Let's stay in your ground state. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Uh, that's how we rolling. That's how we rolling. Where however you want to get it popping, that's how we getting popping. So I love it. However we getting it, however we rocking and rolling. You know, that's how the game is. You want a knife fight? We take a knife fight. You want fish? You want weaponry? You want whatever you want. Whatever you want. You know. That's how they did. And they came out in Green Bay, in their first 30 scripted plays. Um, they came out and they did their thing. They ran the ball and came down the field. Josh Jacobs is a difference maker. We knew he was going to be a problem. Uh, we knew he was going to be a problem when they signed him. We knew it. We knew he was going to be a problem when they signed him. So, overall, Lions, held them to a field goal, and then, for the most part, um, you know, they came back down and they went for a gutsy fourth down play. They had a play they really liked where they put a Myra in motion. He did like a little stutter step, little stutter out. Stutter. I don't know what it was called. They didn't know. Tom Brady didn't either. Then he did a back shoulder fade to him. Great touchdown catch. The Lions are in a really good groove right now. They are in an amazing groove. They are in a really, really amazing groove right now. And you know, uh, I mean, it shows. And then for the most part, they just dominated the second quarter with Green Bay. Um, you know, they dominate that. They get a big pick six to end the quarter. That was the real difference maker. Brian Branch got ejected, and I think that galvanized them. That gave them extra motivation, which they didn't need any extra motivation. Was the hit warranted, or was it a bad hit? Yeah, he shouldn't have did it. It was helmet to helmet, but it really wasn't a malicious helmet to helmet. If you pay attention, once the flash came out, that receiver popped his head right on up. Yeah, that receiver. So once they got the flag, he popped his head right on up. And shout out to the Detroit Pistons for getting the win in Brooklyn today after that embarrassment with the Knicks. I almost went to that game too. Almost did. Almost did. So almost did, but I ain't even go. But nonetheless, but yeah. But as far as them, but as far as them, as far as them, calling, throwing them out the game, I thought that was, I thought that was, a bad play call. Vegas called down. They always cheating for them. They're always cheating for them. So I really never really understood it. Um, but nonetheless, that kind of galvanized them. That galvanized them, honestly. And then Kirby Joseph came out with the big pick six, and that was it. That was it. So, So, that was my whole thing about it, man. But yeah, that was my whole thing about it. So, but other than that, it was just, that third quarter was something that cost them last season, cost them games, cost them being able to coast, and now, they have an understanding where um now we gonna run that ball in the third quarter. So now they having that understanding where we gonna run the ball, we gonna, protect the ball. And there was just one boneheaded play when he called the reverse, when they was way up and backed them up. But that reverse had that dude not made that play on Khalif Raymond on that reverse, that would have probably been that might have probably even been a damn near touchdown. It'd have been a chunk play. That would have been a chunk play. If you look at that play, man, they had a hat on the hat. There was a lot of open field in front of him. Even in the bad play call, had that worked, that they would have got a chunk play. He would at least got to the 50, in my opinion. Maybe even went all the way. I mean, other than that, it was just, protecting the lead. Running the ball, Montgomery protected the ball, Gibbs protected the ball. He had the big. Oh, that was a beautiful. Was that in the third quarter? They called that play on what, 31? Or was it 4th and 1? Was it 31 to Gibbs where it was the quarterback draw? That was a beautiful play call where they got his shotgun. I think might have motioned the tight end across. I could be wrong on that one. And he snapped that, act like he was going to throw it, then handed it to Jahmyr Gibbs, and he ran right from like inside the 20 in the red zone and ran it right in. That was a beautiful play. That was a beautiful run play by them. I mean, they really in a great groove. And instead of trying to run the score up, they just protected the lead. And I think a lot of that had to do with the new philosophy in the third quarter. And also it had a lot to do with the rain. And when you got a team, and that's one thing you learn, I think they learned from in New Orleans. That's one thing they learned in New Orleans with Sean Payton. I remember one year Sean Payton and then went down to Chicago in the NFC Championship game, and they couldn't get nothing done. They couldn't do nothing. And next year they came in, hard-nosed football team, running the ball, committing to the run, having Drew Brees play a little bit more off the run with play action. And, that's kind of where they went with it at. That's kind of where they went with it at. And they became a team that's just not good for being in the dome. They became a team that can, play you outside, play you inside, run the ball. They became a smash mouth football team. You seeing the same thing in Detroit. They bringing that to New Orleans. Like, nah, we ain't gonna be this pretty pressy, aerial football team. We gonna be a football team that's gonna, line it up, be great in the trenches. I'm saying, run the football, because that translate in turf in Miami, in Alaska, in Antarctica, in that fall game they had in Chicago that one year back in the day. We could run the football. You can't pass in every situation, but that was a beautiful run call, and they shouldn't even scored a touchdown. But Amick Robertson got a boneheaded personal foul play, and I don't know what he did, but he probably did something. We seen Rackstraw. He kind of got beat on the big play. He was there to turn his head around. But for the most part, they had all the sexy yards and all that. But they had, interception. They had a couple fumbles, then lose one. But, we play, clean football. Seeing Allen Robinson citing Tim Patrick citing. Hopefully you get Jameson Williams back next week. But this wasn't even the game you really needed Jameson Williams in right now with the rain and stuff. And, you love his blocking and what he can do. Offense do got advantage in the rain because they know where they going. The defense can't cut as well. But, they got through this 2-game suspension with them and they got better. They find ways to win. Laporta kind of get a little bit more involved. People giving attention. St. Brown did their thing. And they just saying, what, if we lose a weapon, guess what? We just going to lean on the run game. They had a healthy balance, and this terrain they was going through today, that had it had Montgomery name written all over it. Montgomery softened the Packers up, and then Jahmyr Gibbs came in, delivered a few of them death blows. So, I think the next maturation in the process for this team is for them to really get the backs of all, especially Jahmyr Gibbs in the running game. He had a touchdown on a wheel route on a linebacker, and just him and Goff just ain't been able to connect in the running game. And maybe in the offseason, and especially after practice, they can work on some routes or whatever together. But Love was 23 for 39 in the rain. They was playing from behind, 273 in the pick. He wasn't sacked. I'll speak on that in a minute. Jacobs had some really good runs early on, so they got behind. 13 carries, 95 yards. Emmanuel Wilson, solid guy, four carries, 28 yards. You know what I'm saying? Jaden Reed, he got a lot of that on the chunk play that was on Ennis Rackstraw. 5 catches, 113, but pretty much kept everybody else in check. And the one they got the sack they got on Goff was between Rashad Gary and Aaron Mobsey. And the Lions didn't get no pressure, but I go through their stat line. Talk about Goff was just 18 for 22, 145, 1 TD. The backs did their thing. 17 carries from Montgomery, 73 yards. Gibbs, 11 carries, 65 yards, 1 TD. St. Brown with a touchdown, 7 catches, 56 yards. And then for the most part, y'all know what it was. So, but yeah, them not generating pressure is becoming an issue. Rumors that that Smith could be traded tonight or tomorrow to the Lions. I heard it was pretty much predicated on if the Browns lost, and they lost today. So, at the end of the day, I think that's not enough. They need to make another move, but they didn't have Pascal. But once again, you can't count on Josh Pascal because he ain't never healthy. So I think they need to make another move. Don't have to be a super duper major move, but Zadarius Smith is just not enough, to overcome that hump. Pass rushing wise, that's just not enough. So they need to do a few more things to shore up the pass rush and maybe find another pass rusher. Maybe they can get their hands on Arden Keys or something like that, or Aziz Lorgy, or whatever. But that's just not enough right now. It helps, but it's not enough. So, but yeah, good win. Got physical with the Packers. The Packers have so many great. They have so many great. They have so many great. They have so many first round picks. Excuse me. In that front seven, they have a number of first round picks. They have a number of first round picks. Like when you look at how many first round picks that they have in that front seven, it's a lot of them. So let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, subscribe button, hit the bell icon button, hit all notifications, increase your chance get notifications. We go live and drop video. Financially, want to support the channel. Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in description. Hit the link tree. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Amazon Music, Kick, the whole nine. Well, just Spotify and Anchor. I'm sorry. I think it's my other channel, but my other channels is inside the link tree of other platforms. Appreciate the love and support. Check out the Detroit Lions post game playlist.